everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are going to answer a couple of questions from yesterday. First of all, the suspension arms, these things here. Everybody seems to be thinking it's just quicker and easier to get them sandblasted. That's true. It would be quicker and easier to get them sandblasted. I could have sent them away. I could have given them to a company. However, with the current lockdown, nowhere local is open, so I didn't really have the option. Plus, that costs money, and I'm trying to do this whole project on a bit of a budget, to be honest. Trying to keep it as cheap as possible. So yes, the arms could have been sandblasted. No, I'm not going to do it, and the reasons are: A, it cost me nothing. B, there's nowhere open locally that actually can do the sandblasting for me anyway. B is these nuts here that were in there. They had some little brackets in there, and we're noticing I hadn't taken them out. There's one at the other end here. I hadn't taken them out on the last episode. That's just because I was being lazy, to be honest. They were a bit jammed, needed a bit of heat and a bit of a bashing, and taking out entirely couldn't be bothered. So I've done that now. They're out. All the vac tan that I've put on everything has been left overnight, and a whole further day because I didn't do anything yesterday due to being unwell. So now we're at a point where we can look at putting paint on these. I still haven't got the inner rings out of the two arms that are left, so that is those inner rings. You can see I've started to work on them and cut them and mess them about. They'll come out and just be painted later. I've ordered the poly bushes, they're on their way, so as soon as all this is painted and done, we should be great for putting the poly bushes in and trying to fit everything back to the car. So again, I'm going to do a time lapse. You guys are just going to see me spray some etch primer to these. I've already sanded them, I've already hung them up there, so they're already hung up, and I have nothing to worry about as far as anything touching them. As far as this is concerned, we're going to do it in situ here. I'm not bothered about the desk getting covered in paint. This isn't something I'm bothered about dust either, so it doesn't have to be in a paint booth, it doesn't have to be super perfect. You know, I'm not going to start sanding this right back to metal, perfectly smooth, everything immaculate, making sure that it's showroom quality. It's a subframe, it's going under the car. It really doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it's rust free and as long as it's protected from future rust. So we're going to get on with that. I will put it into hyperdrive, or whatever you guys call it, super fast mode, so you're not going to see everything at the same time frame as I took to do the work, and I'll see you on the other side. Everything done, so we've got the parts all prepped and primed. I've used two primers. First of all, I used an etch primer by Halfords. It's just a cheap, decent quality-ish, really. It's not too bad. It's not the high-end stuff that many would use, like an epoxy-based one. It's just an etch primer. Then I've put a rust-inhibiting primer on there. That's by Isopon. That's a really good quality product, actually. It's got zinc in there. It's really good at preventing rust, so that's going to be awesome. And then I've put another coat of etch on top. They're going to get another 20 to 30 minutes curing now, drying up, and then we're going to come back in and have a look at whether we can sand them. Worst case scenario is they need leaving for the rest of the day, but they shouldn't do really. They should be pretty much okay to come back and sand in about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay everybody, they've had well over half an hour now, all nice and dry, all ready to paint. So what I'm going to use for this is, again, people are going to whinge at me and go, oh, it's the wrong stuff. Who cares? It's getting painted, it's getting coated, it's not going to rust. That'll do for me. I have this already in the shed, so it's costing me nothing to do this. The cans of primer I already had. Basically everything I had, I am using at this minute is already in my shed. I've not gone out, I've not bought anything. So this stuff, Rust-Oleum Combi Colour, it says on it it stops rust, so it must be good. It's going to go as my top coat. Now this is white, and a lot of people will go, white on the underside of a car? I don't care, nobody's going to see it. On top of that, I've got a colour scheme coming on the car that is going to be a little different. Let's put it that way. So white on the suspension isn't a problem for me. Subframe, all the suspension arms, I'm thinking of even doing all the hubs when I take them off, or as the Americans call them, knuckles. Front and rear, all the front suspension's going to probably be in the same colour. All the, the power steering rack is going to be the same colour. Everything under the car is probably going to be white on a car that's not white. It's silver at the minute, but that's going to change. So I'm going to get on with painting. I'm going to do the same as I always do. It's going to be a fast hyperlapse thing, and you guys can watch me paint something. Sorry, not exciting. I'm going to paint the top of this first. So this whole top side is getting painted. I'm then going to paint all 4 of these, and then I'm going to leave it all overnight, because I can't paint the underside when it's in this position. So I'll have to turn it over, which means all the top. In fact, what I'll probably do is paint this side first, because then I'll only have individual little points touching after it's dry. Sort of here and here, I'll be touching the base. So if they get damaged, I can just touch them up when they're on the car afterwards. Don't need to worry too much about them. But the majority of everything's going to get painted. It's not going to get damaged when I turn it over to do that side then. So this side will get done first, and the 4 arms, and we will see you when it's done. Okay everybody, they've all had a coat of white, as you can see. First coat on. They're going to be left now overnight to harden up, to cure up, and a second coat done tomorrow. At the time the second coat's done on the, sorry, just after the second coat's done on the whatever it's called, on the rear strut, the rear bar. When I do that, I'm not going to actually do this bit or this bit with a second coat. So I'm just going to do all the rest of it. Then I can turn it over and give the top a coat. That way I won't have any problems with it sticking to the bench or anything like that. As you can see, I've already got bits of paint on the bench. I'm going to give that a quick clean up now. This stuff cleans up with standard brush cleaner, doesn't need anything crazy. Just give it a quick splash and a quick wipe, and you see it just comes up really easy. So it's not a problem to clean it up. It's an oil based, it cleans really well. I've got my brush in a pot overnight, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do a second coat. I'll be able to get the first coat on the top and maybe even the second coat done by the end of the day, and then everything's going to be ready for the poly bushes to come and to be put on the car, basically.